Okay, I pulled a card from Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guide, the cheetah. Get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. So whatever goal you have, be clear about it, write it down, and go for it. Okay, we're still doing Moses. Moses could not restore the tablets of stone or build the tabernacle around them without first restoring the foundation of faith for the tabernacle by fulfilling once again a dispensation of 40 for the separation of Satan. Therefore, Moses had to fast 40 more days before he could obtain the second pair of tablets with the inscription of the 10 Commandments and establish the tabernacle as the object of faith. This time the Israelites faithfully waited for Moses to return. By remaining faithful while Moses was fasting on the mountain, and then obeying his instructions to build a tabernacle, the Israelites fulfilled the indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature. This laid the foundation of substance for the tabernacle, and hence the foundation for the tabernacle. The tabernacle was built by the first day of the first month of the second year. However, as was mentioned earlier, the foundation of substance in the second national course to restore Canaan required much more than the mere construction of the tabernacle. In fact, until they entered Canaan and built the temple, the Israelites were supposed to honor the tabernacle more than they valued their own lives. They were to keep the same faith until they received the Messiah. On the 20th day of the second month of the second year, the Israelites set out from the wilderness of Sinai, arrayed in formation around the tabernacle and led by the pillar of cloud. Yet before long they began to complain about their hardships and murmur against Moses. Even after God destroyed their camp in his burning wrath, the Israelites did not repent. Thus the Israelites failed to maintain the second foundation for the tabernacle, and it was invaded by Satan. The providence to restore the foundation was prolonged to a third attempt. Moses' faith and devotion to the tabernacle remained unchanging. Therefore the tabernacle stood firmly upon the foundation of faith which Moses had laid, while the Israelites still stood upon the foundation of having drunk the water from the rock at Rephidim. The rock we recall, was the root of the tablets of stone, which was at the center of the tabernacle. Upon this foundation, the Israelites were allowed to attempt yet another dispensation of 40 for the separation of Satan. By obeying Moses, who still honored the tabernacle, they were to restore through indemnity the foundation for the tabernacle in their third attempt. The 40-day mission to spy out the land of Canaan was given as the condition to achieve this. When they returned, all the spies except Joshua and Caleb presented faithless reports. Upon hearing this report, the Israelites again murmured against Moses. They called for another leader who would take them back to Egypt. As a result of their lack of faith, the third foundation for the tabernacle ended in failure. Their 21-month course in the wilderness was extended to 40 years. Due to the Israelites' faithlessness, the foundation for the tabernacle was invaded by Satan 3 times. The entire second national course to restore Canaan ended in failure. God's providence was prolonged to a third national course. Because the Israelites turned faint-hearted upon hearing the report of the faithless spies, the second national course to restore Canaan ended in failure. The 40 years Moses had spent in the wilderness of Midian to restore the foundation of faith were invaded by Satan. As a result of the failure of the mission to spy out the land, the people had to wander in the wilderness for 40 years, 1 year for each day of the 40-day spy mission, until they returned to Kadesh Barnea. For Moses, this 40-year period was to separate Satan, who had invaded the previous foundation of faith, and to restore through indemnity the foundation of faith for the third course. Moses honored the tabernacle with faith and loyalty throughout the entire 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. By the time he returned to Kadesh Barnea, he had completed the foundation of faith for the third national course to restore Canaan. Accordingly, he also secured the position of Abel for the foundation of substance. For Moses, the 40 years of wandering in the wilderness was the period required to establish the foundation of faith for the third national course. For the Israelites, the goal for this period was to accomplish the dispensation to start the third course. They were to do this by establishing the foundation for the tabernacle, thereby returning to the state of grace which they had enjoyed in the second course, when they first constructed the tabernacle under Moses' direction. Okay, so as you can see, it is really hard to be chosen by God. The Israelites suffered terribly and they complained against Moses. And that was their sin, and that is what caused more prolongation of their suffering. The more they didn't just gratefully follow Moses and faithfully believe in him. So it's a lesson for all of us. We need to follow gratefully. Anyway, thank you all for listening.